Hi, it's Maureen Joy of Maureen Joy Healing Journey, and I'm here today to talk about the healing power of humor and how it works and why I have incorporated this in my life since my 20s when I discovered it. Okay, back to the beginning. Where did I discover humor? I was actually in the one place, or one of the places, you would never in a million years expect to discover humor. I was in a support group for homicide survivors. And of course, I was grieving. I was very reserved and very shut down and very sad and very angry. And my mother was on automatic pilot. Let me tell you a little bit about automatic pilot. When we go through trauma, a traumatic experience, and we have to keep functioning, the brain shuts down those intense emotions so you're able to function at a little bit. So what you're able to do is go through the motions of doing something without really being aware. Have you ever been driving in a car and then all of a sudden you're there and you don't know how you got there? Well, that's what automatic pilot is, and that's where they get the name from that. And also pilots go on automatic and that's scary, but it's true. Anyways, so she was there, not there, and she was playing with a string that was dangling from her pant leg. And I was like, stop it. And she's like, you have to understand, my mom, free spirited, like, down to earth, very, la da 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 da, a special ed teacher for 50 years, just a likable, fun loving person. And yes, she was grieving very, very intensely, but she was on automatic pilot, so she had no clue where she was. So she's playing with her string in her pant leg, and she's, of course, trying to figure out what this is. And as she's exposing the item, as she's pulling it out from the static cling in her pant leg, she exposes something, and I look at it, I get a glimpse, and I'm like, no, you don't. And she's like, yeah, I want to find out what it is. I'm like, no, we know what it is. Don't do it. So my mother lifts it up above the table and opens it up, and it's a huge pair of underpants, like big enough to fit over a minivan. I mean, we're talking, okay, I'm sorry, but it is. Okay, my mom is so mad at me right now. But she's also laughing, okay, because my mom passed in 2010. So anyways, she's like, okay, that's my legacy with everything I've done. That's my legacy. She met Oprah, and that's her legacy, the case of the runaway underpants, okay? Oprah presented her the Cole Award in '89 for exemplary teacher of her peers, and her legacy is in my book, Chapter 2, Case of the Runaway Underpants. Now that's funny. Now, okay, so she and my sister are up there laughing, okay? And they're like, look at what Maureen's doing now, right? Because I was always like, I don't know, let's just say the drama queen in the family. Anyways, so back to this. So I wrote it about Chapter 2, and we run out of there, okay? The minute she exposes that, I am like mortified. So we run out of there, and we go in the parking lot, and we're laughing, and we're bent over, and we're laughing so hard, our cheekbones hurt, and it's like gut-wrenching laughter. And I'm like, Mom, I go, this is so amazing. I go, what is this? My heart palpitations stopped, because at the time I was experiencing heart palpitations, which makes sense. My sister was killed. So of course I was experiencing heart palpitations. So anyways, I'm like, there's something, this laughter and humor, and I go, humor and healing. And then my mom looked at me, she goes, oh my God, Maureen, you have something there. Now this was in '91, before the big humor and healing craze. So I right away went and studied everything I could about humor and healing. I knew about Norman Cousins, who gave himself relief from when the meds wore off from that painful, painful disease that I couldn't even pronounce. He used, when the Three Stooges came in as medicine, when his pain meds wore off, he would watch that and he would laugh and laugh and laugh, and he realized, oh my God, my body is like, I think we're happy. My brain is like, I think we're happy. Meanwhile, he's in a hospital bed, he's miserable. And the brain only knows what we put into it. It's a computer. So when we put in that we're laughing, the body is physiologically laughing, the brain goes, we're happy. We're laughing. That means we're happy, right? It just equates it. You could be in a depressed state, an angry state, whatever. If you can get yourself to laugh, you can literally shift yourself out of it because, again, brain, computer doesn't know anything but what you input. Now, here's the cool part. It only goes and gravitates toward the positive. So if you're depressed, okay, which I've experienced many times in my life, and I manage it, what happens is if you can get yourself to watch a funny movie or listen to one of the cool, I have to pick up my phone like this, one of the comedians, the stand-up comedians, or something funny on YouTube or a funny movie, whatever, if you can do that, you can shift out of that negative state, even if you don't feel like it. That's the cool part. Because even if you don't feel like feeling better, or you don't feel like putting any effort into anything, laughter does it for you. It physiologically shifts you. It neurologically shifts you. So that's the amazing part of humor. That's why I wrote a whole book on it. I had to laugh to live, how humor saved my life. It literally saved my life. You can get my book on my website, maureenjoy.com, a little plug. It goes directly to Amazon. It's easier. Just go to maureenjoy.com. So today, okay, I was getting over a sinus infection, right? And I was making breakfast, and I had one little bagel left because I'm getting ready to leave town. I don't have a lot of food. And I don't know why, but I looked at this cute little bagel, and I made up this ridiculous limerick. Meanwhile, I went in there. I did not look like this. I woke up. I was feeling like hell. I was not in a good place. And I made up this little limerick over this bagel, and it was so funny. I started singing it out loud that I started to laugh. And I go, oh my God, that's what I forgot to do. I forgot to laugh. I have not been laughing since I've been sick. I have not been laughing. And that's the key to laughter. You have to use it and incorporate it intentionally, just like we do with every other regimen that we have. Okay, so here's the cool part. So I'm laughing. I'm like, oh my God, I remember how laughter is healing. I actually forgot because I'm human. We forget, right? So my cheekbones were hurting. It was gut-wrenching laughing. I'm bending over. I'm like, why am I doing this? I go, if anyone saw this, they would be like, she's a lunatic. But hey, who cares what people think? Like Wayne Dyer says, what other people think of you is none of your business. Okay, so I'm laughing. I'm feeling good. I don't care what it looks like. And I'm like, okay, this is good. I forgot to laugh. I literally did. So I wanted to do a video on that to remind you any challenges you're going through. Winter's coming on. A lot of us experience things called seasonal affective disorder, where you get a really, really intense winter depression. Incorporate laughter. You can also use, just so you know, the full spectrum lights and meds help, things like that. Supplements help, exercise helps. If you need any information on seasonal affective disorder, just send me a PM. But anyways, I know about this. I've been dealing with this since I'm 19 years old. So I have a lot of information on this. I have to fly south like the birdies. Now I'm able to because it's so severe for me. But when I remember to laugh, it helps me with everything, not just the seasonal affective disorder, which is extremely debilitating, but also any other challenges I'm going through. I'm dealing with some stressors right now, not really happy about it. So I kind of turned it around, made it a little humorous, laughed about it. Did I change the situation? No, because I'm not in control. But I was able to surrender the control because I was laughing. My brain was like, we got this. When in actuality, I have no control over anything that happens when other people are taking care of something, right? But the humor, reminding myself, humor is healing. It's nurturing. It is so important to laugh every day intentionally. And that is why I did this video, to remind you, laughter is like medicine, and we need to take a dose of it every day. Leave the apple to the doctor, use your humor. Bye for now.